Over the last 9 months, the pandemic has been a worrying time for us all. We've experienced isolation, loss, and uncertainty.
A groundbreaking shift ripples through the British monarchy, turning heads and sparking intrigue. Queen Camilla, once a steadfast figure by King Charles's side, is stepping down from her royal duties, leaving a space for a new face to ascend. Now all eyes are on Duchess Kate, the graceful and admired wife of Prince William, who is now ready to take on a more powerful and public role within the royal family. But what could this change mean for the future of the crown? Let's explore the fascinating dynamics of the Windsor family as Kate rises and Camilla steps down. Queen Camilla's role. Following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, Britain no longer had a reigning queen, but it did have a queen consort. This title has been given to Camilla, who has been married to King Charles III for 17 years. As queen consort, Camilla's role primarily involves supporting the king at official events, where she is addressed as Her Royal Highness. In addition to these duties, she also acts as a counselor of state alongside the next 4 royals in line for the throne: Prince William, Prince Harry, Prince Andrew, and Princess Beatrice. This position allows her to step in and perform some of Charles's responsibilities if he is unwell or traveling. These responsibilities can include attending meetings of the Privy Council, signing official documents, and welcoming new ambassadors to the UK, according to the royal family's official website. The title of Queen Consort is generally given to a monarch's wife. The late Queen Elizabeth's mother, affectionately known as the Queen Mother, held this title during her husband King George VI's reign. For Camilla, who is 75, the journey to becoming Queen Consort was not easy and certainly not straightforward. In the early days of her marriage to Charles, many believed she would become Princess Consort when Queen Elizabeth passed away. However, this changed in February when Queen Elizabeth made a statement expressing her sincere wish for Camilla to be known as Queen Consort when the time came. This declaration put an end to years of speculation and debate about Camilla's future role. Camilla and Charles's complicated relationship has been portrayed in various ways in pop culture, notably in the Netflix series The Crown. Sally Ottness, an emeritus professor of marketing at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and author of Royal Fever, The British Monarchy and Consumer Culture, noted, "Some people will always see Camilla as the other woman." During his marriage to Princess Diana, Charles publicly acknowledged his long-standing affair with Camilla, who was married to Andrew Parker Bowles at the time. This revelation sparked a wave of negative media coverage about both Charles and Camilla, leading Diana to famously remark in a television interview, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." Ultimately, Charles and Diana divorced in 1996, and Charles married Camilla in 2005, nearly 8 years after Diana's tragic death in a car accident in Paris. After their marriage, Camilla embarked on a carefully managed campaign to reshape her public image. She has 2 children from her previous marriage, Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lopes. David Hay, chairman and CEO of Brand Finance, a consulting firm based in London, said, "Camilla has done a great job of keeping a low profile and engaging in positive activities. She has paid her dues over the past 25 years, which is why the Queen chose to reward her loyalty." In recent years, Camilla has devoted herself to various charitable efforts, particularly focusing on raising awareness about osteoporosis and domestic violence. Many people have praised her for being humble and down to earth. "I believe Camilla will stay a few steps behind Charles, keeping a low profile," Hay noted, emphasizing her straightforward and practical nature. However, some branding experts express concerns that Camilla's reserved approach might create a gap between her and the public. With Diana, she would openly show her emotions during interviews, wore fashionable clothes, and was very honest about her struggles, explained May Karwowski, CEO of Obviously, a New York influencer marketing agency. Diana connected with the public instead of hiding away in the palace. In the end, it will be up to the British people to decide how much they accept and embrace Camilla in her new role as Queen Consort. Reactions to Camilla were mixed among those who gathered to watch the Queen's coffin travel from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall. "I think Camilla has handled herself with great dignity and has stayed mostly in the background," said Fiona Dodd from Dorset. "She's a wonderful support for Charles, and it's clear that they truly care for each other." However, some people wonder what could have been if things had turned out differently. "There are times when I think about how things might have changed if the situation had been different," shared Laura Musco from Hampshire. Diana would have had the same support from the people that the late Queen enjoyed. She would have been loved and welcomed by the British public. If history had taken a different path, we might be looking at Queen Diana right now. Richard Morris from Buckinghamshire expressed a more neutral view about Camilla. "I'm just pleased that Charles has someone by his side," he said. "But she will be Queen Consort, not the Queen. For most people, there's only one Queen, and that's the one who has just passed away." And for a young woman stepping into the spotlight to be one of the most admired figures on the global stage, what could be expected of her? Well, let's find out. Duchess Kate's rise. Every day seems to bring new drama for the royal family. Just recently, Princes William and Harry made headlines with powerful remarks criticizing the BBC for its mistreatment of their mother, Princess Diana. Back in 1995, reporter Martin Bashir not only lied, but also forged documents to persuade Diana to participate in a revealing interview about her relationship with Prince Charles. The BBC has now acknowledged that this was a prime example of terrible journalism. Even after more than 25 years, the fallout from that interview lingers. However, there's some encouraging news for Buckingham Palace. According to Tom Stanford, Kate Middleton, once a commoner and now the Duchess of Cambridge, is stepping up as a vital figure for the struggling royal family. Many, including her uncle, believe that Kate, the future queen, is more than ready to take on her royal duties right now. In a recent video celebrating William's and Kate's 10th wedding anniversary, they appeared so charming and relatable that it felt more like a promotion for a fashion brand than a royal family event. The royal family is in desperate need of positive publicity, and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, along with their 3 adorable children, present a perfect opportunity for that. We've witnessed a refreshing side of the royals, especially with William and Kate. They've come across as more genuine and approachable, which is crucial for the royal family's image. Despite past scandals and public discussions about issues like race and privilege, many people feel let down by the royal family, viewing them as disconnected from everyday life. There's a strong belief that the best chance for restoring public trust in the monarchy lies with someone who can relate to the common people. Kate's background has been a topic of much conversation, as she is indeed a commoner. When asked if she's ready to be queen, one of her relatives stated, "She was born ready." Kate represents a modern version of the royal family, and many think she's perfectly suited for the role. Her uncle, Gary Goldsmith, a self-made millionaire, has rarely spoken publicly but chose to share his thoughts about his famous niece. He recounted the moment he found out about Kate's relationship with Prince William while he was in a board meeting. His sister Carol called to tell him the news, and his reaction was one of disbelief. He humorously described telling his friends about his niece dating the future king, and shared his surprise at meeting William for the first time, noting how ordinary it felt. William was simply making tea in the family home. Goldsmith laughed about the small talk one might have with a prince, mentioning their shared interest in rugby and the humorous moments that come with it. It took Prince William nearly 10 years to propose, but when he finally did in 2011, it was a magnificent occasion. Goldsmith vividly remembers the surreal experience of attending the royal wedding at Westminster Abbey, feeling a mix of disbelief and pride as he watched Kate walk down the aisle. Since their marriage, William and Kate have become a beloved couple, welcoming 3 children who capture the public's affection. Royal expert Katie Nicholl, who wrote Kate the Future Queen, highlighted how Kate, despite not being born into royalty, has taken to her royal duties impressively. However, Some critics argue that Kate's polished image can sometimes feel a bit too perfect or even dull. In the early years, there were whispers that she might be boring. But as time went on, Kate revealed more of her personality. Goldsmith believes that with a decade of royal service, Kate is now stepping into a more prominent role within the family. He sees her as the glue that holds things together, akin to the late Duke of Edinburgh, who was known for his family leadership. Many wish to see a quicker transition to William and Kate taking the throne, bypassing Charles and Camilla. While this idea is popular among the public, it would involve significant constitutional changes that are unlikely to happen. Many believe the monarchy's future lies with William and Kate, though there's still uncertainty about whether they are ready for the responsibilities that come with being king and queen. Goldsmith expressed immense pride in Kate, saying he would likely tear up when she eventually becomes queen. He describes her as kind-hearted and genuinely lovely, both inside and out. Kate's uncle has had his share of media attention too, often seen in the tabloids. However, his controversies pale in comparison to those of Kate's in-laws, Harry and Meghan. Goldsmith openly admitted to calling them Muppets, and while he felt embarrassed, he stood by his words, expressing disappointment in their actions. In a revealing interview, Meghan mentioned an incident involving Kate that reportedly made her cry. Goldsmith didn't believe Meghan's version of events, insisting that Kate is known for her peacemaking abilities, and he felt that Meghan's claims were exaggerated. Despite the challenges, the recent controversies surrounding Meghan have, in a way, shown a more favorable light on Kate. Royal expert Katie Nicholl pointed out that the pandemic allowed the public to see a more authentic side of Kate. During lockdowns, the family shared moments that made them feel more relatable, such as clapping for the NHS and engaging with their community. A defining moment came when Kate attended a vigil for Sarah Everard, a murdered woman, showing her support in a way that royals typically do not. This action resonated with the public, marking a significant shift in how Kate is perceived. She is paving a new path for the monarchy, one that emphasizes connection and relatability, appealing to future generations. The tabloids once mockingly referred to Kate as Weighty Katie, reflecting the long wait for William's proposal. Even though it may take years for her to become queen, Goldsmith firmly believes it will be worth the wait. He emphasized Kate's wonderful personality, mentioning her great sense of humor and her domestic skills, painting her as the girl next door with a special role in the royal family. There's speculation that if Australia were to become a republic, Kate might never reign as queen there, which Goldsmith believes would be a loss for Australia. He thinks the close bond between the two nations makes them fortunate to have Kate as a future queen, highlighting how much more she represents beyond her royal title. Following in the footsteps of Princess Diana, who passed away 25 years ago, Princess Kate is said to value the past, but she also looks to the future as she forges her way, according to a source. Kate has become the first person since Princess Diana to hold the well-known title of Princess of Wales, a title that Camilla also held but chose not to use. After getting engaged to Prince William in 2010, Kate called Diana an inspiring woman to admire. Prince William emphasized in 2010 that no one is trying to replicate his mother's legacy and that Kate would create her future. He stated, "There's no pressure because, as Kate said, it's all about shaping your future. No one is trying to fill my mother's shoes. What she did was remarkable." In response to the announcement, Wales's First Minister, Mark Drakeford, commented, "King Charles III has shared a long and lasting friendship with Wales. Today, in his first public duty as king, he has given the title of Prince of Wales to his eldest son, William. We look forward to strengthening our relationship with the new prince and princess." What are your thoughts on the royal bombshell news that Queen Camilla is stepping down while Duchess Kate rises in her role? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe.